Casey Franchini here with Brick by Brick Wealth, and I'm here with Dion McNeeley, and we're here at Michael Zuber's at One Rental at a Time's 50,000 subscriber celebration. And Dion and I kind of have a little, I guess we don't see eye to eye when it comes to some things about generational wealth with our children and our rental properties. So we're going to kind of hash those out today, and you guys can put in the comments below what you think. So Dion, why don't you start us off?
Okay, I will. And after we record this video, I would really like to take your husband, Blake, out for a beer and actually find out what he thinks on the subject. So often I hear people say that they want to grow generational wealth. They want to have enough money so that they can provide for their kids so that their kids have an easier way of things. And I think that's a mistake. I actually don't want to create generational wealth. I often tell my kids that they really need to take care of themselves because when I'm 80, I'm going to marry an 18-year-old and they get everything. So there won't be anything left for them, which is not true. They'll probably inherit $3 or $4 million, but I don't want them to think that way because that will limit their drive to create their own wealth. And then there's the statistics of most people who receive a large lump sum, like an inheritance or somebody who plays sports ball that gets a bunch of money all at once. They're bankrupt within 5 years. Lottery winners, 70% of them are bankrupt within 5 years. So I don't want my kids to think that they have a large sum coming and they can just rely on getting money all at once.
I have heard that, like the lottery winners, right? The homeless lottery winners who win $20 million and then they're homeless again a year later. Yes, I see that.
Right. And so we have this drive to provide for our kids. I have 3 kids. You have 3 kids, I think?
Yeah.
So we have this drive to make sure that they are taken care of. And we have a sacred duty to make sure at least 50% of them make it to the age of 18. So I've done that. And I like to go to the Bruce Lee quote of, instead of giving your kids everything you never had, teach them everything you were never taught. And so I am the example to my kids of how financial freedom can come and have a huge impact on your life, how not following the normal path of working more than 40 hours for more than 40 years to retire on less than 40% of what you make, the way most people live their lives, that there's another path. I don't know that they'll choose that path. And I think the most important thing we can do for our kids is not give them a huge amount of wealth when they grow up or when you pass away. I think the most important thing we can do for our kids is make sure that we take care of our own personal finances so that when we're too old to work, we don't become a financial burden to those kids. And I definitely don't want my kids taking care of me when I'm too old to work because I've seen how they take care of pets. I want a paid professional.
Yep, I hear you. My dad always says, when I get too old, just put me in the dipsy dumpster. That's what he says. Just throw me in the trash. I'm like, Dad, we'll be taking care of you. Don't worry. But, I think we do seem more eye to eye than what meets the eye. Although I'm not a very good secret keeper at all. I'm very honest. I tell the truth. And I think my kids, they for sure know they're going to get all of our properties. Like they know, what am I going to say? No, kids, I'm going to go the Hormozy way and say, no, you're going to be broke and you're going to have to make your own way. No, because my thoughts are, it's just getting harder and harder in life, in society. More bills, more things to start paying for. People aren't making any more money really equivalent to the skyrocketing prices that are out there. I think housing is going to be completely unaffordable by the time that they're old. And my oldest is 12. So, okay, when she's 25, is the American dream still going to be buy a home? I think that might be a thing of the past, and I think only select people will be able to own homes. I think a lot of people's wealth comes from their home, especially if you're not a very good saver. A lot of people rely on their equity from their primary home to cash out and live on, and they'll even do, those negative amortization, the neg am loans or whatever, to live on their equity until they die because they weren't good savers. They didn't make good financial decisions. Now, hopefully my kids will not be that. I will probably beat them if they try and spend all their money because I'm a big saver. But I want them to know what real estate does, and I want them to see the benefits. So all of our kids, they come to our rental properties, even under protest. We went and did a tenant placement not too long ago, and they came and met the new tenants. I said, kids, get in the car. We don't want to go. Get in the car. This is how we make our money. And these properties are going to be yours one day, and you have to know how to run them. You have to know how to take care of it. And I want you to see all the hard work that we go through. So yeah, you're going to go to the house with Dad, and you're going to install cabinets, Jay. This is what I tell my middle son. And my little one, he just wants snacks, because he's 6. And my oldest daughter, she's starting to ask questions about money and about interest rates and how she wants to put her $1,000 from her piggy bank into a high yields savings account. She says, "A high yields, Mom. I need a high yields." So cute. So they're starting to think, and I don't think I can probably keep it from them that it won't be theirs. I think that would, I don't know, break a relationship or make them not trust. I don't know. I want them to know this is a family thing. And you will get whatever's money left. But yes, we're taking care of us first. I'm not going to give you the money when I'm alive, unless I'm, Alex Hormozy style or Grant Cardone. Then my kids will just be rich. And I don't think I could let them live a mediocre life if I was super wealthy.
So I'll agree with you before I disagree with you. I love that you want to create that Franconi legacy. You just did I even get it close?
No, it's close. Franchini, like zucchini.
Franchini,
yeah.
Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Yep.
So, but I like Shaq, who says, "My family's not rich, I'm rich." Right?
Yes, he says that. Yeah. I know.
But I know
don't
he
like
takes
that.
care of his family.
I
know he takes care of his family.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, you said a lot of people get their net worth from their house, and I can actually prove it with the data of at retirement age, which is not something I like. I think retiring early as possible, but at the normal terminology of retiring at 65, the average net worth in the United States of a homeowner is $221,000. The average net worth of a renter, $6,800. So owning a house can have a huge impact on your finances. I don't think either one of those people is in a good position. And now I'm going to disagree on I think housing is going to be harder in the future. I think it's going to be easier and easier because of first-time home buyer programs. The data that we'll go off of is, yes, baby boomers tended to own the most homes at the age of 25. Mm-hmm. But, we have baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z. Do you know which other generation has the most home ownership at the age of 25? Gen Z. They own more homes at the age of 25 than both millennials and Gen X. So I think that in the last 10 years, we've had the evolution of YouTube University. And we're going to have people like Graham Stephan, Meet Kevin, and the Michael Zubers of the world who say, here is how you can do it. And not everybody's going to be indoctrinated into the
go to work for 40 years.
The leaning one-way school system that we have.
Yes.
Where you end up with kids like mine who think owning rentals is actually, they've used this term from school, economic violence, because if you own a rental, someone else doesn't have a home. Instead of thinking that in Cary, Indiana, there are 13,000 empty homes that anyone can purchase and fix up. So yes, it's going to be harder. I don't know that I don't think any of my kids will ever own my rentals. If they inherit it, it will probably be sold in probate and they'll get a lump sum of money that they blow on stupid things. And the best thing we can do is be that example to try to give them a chance. And I speak this transparently in this YouTube because I would hope that one day they would watch financial channels like this and hear me talking about them and give them the motivation to actually take action and change what they're doing. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. I told my daughter, I said, she's 12. She just got a phone for Christmas. And I said, you don't get social media ever. I mean, I'm going to say it, never. But you can get on my Instagram and you can watch my feed, which is all real estate and finance.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is going to be on One Rental at a Time channel or your channel. So One Rental at a Time. So I'll try to keep it as PC as possible. In China, TikTok is controlled to show you physics, science, the core math. In the United States, TikTok is designed to show you cats and dancing. And so I think it would be really cool if you can kind of control that filter of the rabbit hole of social media that they're going to go down.
I think so too. Dion, I think this has been a great, topic and one that's not really talked about enough. So I'd love to hear everybody's comments on what they're going to do with their generational wealth. Are you going to give it to your kids or are you going to keep it for yourself?
Every time you hit the like button, an angel gets its wings.
Really? Just kidding. I'm Casey Franchini with Brick by Brick Wealth. Thank you guys so much for watching. And make sure that you subscribe, like, share, all the things from Michael's channel One Rental at a Time. And we'll see you next time.
The number you have dialed is not in service at this time.